Hello there, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of September 30th through October 6th. If any of these cards bring up questions for you that you would like to look at more deeply, or if you have things going on in your life that you need to make a decision about that you would like some spirit insight on, feel free to contact me for a private reading. I do offer private readings on the phone or by Skype. You just had a bunch of cards fall, so we're going to take those. So the best way to contact me is look at my contact information on the website below. If you live in the United States, then you want to contact me on my cell phone, either by phone call or by text. And if you're outside the United States, you want to contact me via Skype. Once again, either phone call or Skype call or text. And we will get you scheduled and taken care of quickly. So let's take a look at your cards. You actually had an extra card fall, so we are going to look at this as, I'm going to say, a major event that shows up at some point during the week. We don't have any kind of timeline pinpointed for this, but the extra card that fell is the Kingfisher card. You know what I'm getting? A little bit different than what I just said. I'm not so sure I'm going to call this a major event as much as I'm going to call this a backdrop for the week for you. I think that during the week you're going to be very focused on a particular target or a particular goal that you have, and so you are going to be following up, taking the steps needed to reach that target or goal all the way through during the week. I'm not sure if you're going to actually reach that goal during the week, but I do feel like you're making lots of progress towards that goal, Pisces. Okay? Next thing we're going to look at is your cards for each day. So, Monday, what we have showing up is the Four of Stones. And the Four of Stones is a card that shows you being in a very sheltered position on Monday. You're being guarded, looked after, whether that's spiritually or whether that's by some kind of protagonist for you here on this planet. This does talk about you being in a very sheltered or protected situation on Monday. Now, let's look at Tuesday, Pisces. You're showing up in your own reading, the Salmon, Queen of Vessels. This is just telling me that on Tuesday, you do have a lot of information. You have a lot of intuitive insight. You're paying attention to that. You're using that. You're also doing something that is sort of self-sacrificing on Tuesday. You're putting other people's needs in front of yourself, and I think that that's tied together with that intuition that you have, Pisces. You're empathically picking up how other people are feeling, and because you're kind of rushing in to sort of take care of them and to kind of fix that, if you will, or if you can even. And you're trying so hard to fix how this other person is feeling that you're not taking care of your own self. So if you notice that you're doing that, you may want to make some adjustments there. It's not bad to be able to help and encourage other people, but it is better if you can do that while you're also maintaining your own self-care as well. Okay? So let's look at Wednesday for you, Pisces. You have the exploitation card in reverse. I think that it's going to be very tempting for you on Wednesday, Pisces. You're going to be in a position where it would be possible for you to exploit or take advantage of somebody else's good nature or good heart or good position. And I think that's going to be very tempting for you to do. That may be something that you want to pay attention to. Make sure that, you're staying on the right side of karma. Because we all know that while sometimes we are in positions where we can take advantage of situations in a way that maybe isn't so good for somebody else, that usually is not something that goes without having some kind of retribution later, whether it comes from that person that we took advantage of or whether it comes from the universe itself. Generally, when somebody is able to be taken advantage of, those vulnerable people are the ones that the universe looks out for, those ones that nobody else is looking out for. So just be careful If you notice yourself hitting that kind of temptation, pay attention to that. Pay attention to what are some other solutions, some other things that you could do besides actually taking advantage of a situation that's in front of you to get what you want and what you need. Okay? All right, so let's look at Thursday. Here we do have the hooded man showing up in reverse. This is telling me that on Thursday you are spending some time alone. Being very introspective, understanding more about yourself, and by the end of the day, you're ready to not be alone anymore. You want to come out and be sociable with somebody, or maybe even with more than one somebody. You're ready to be sociable by the end of the day. Alrighty, let's look at Friday. Here what we have is my jealousy card showing up in reverse. What I'm picking up for you, Pisces, is there is a situation that comes up Friday where somebody's expecting you to be jealous. They think for sure that you're going to be jealous, and you're just not. It's just a very matter-of-fact thing. You're just not. Just the way it is. You're just not jealous. Okay? Very cool, actually. If they were trying to make you jealous, well, too bad for them. Kind of silly to do that, isn't it? But if they were worried that you might be jealous, then there's nothing to worry about. You're not bothered. Okay? All right, let's look at Saturday. Here we have the Hare showing up in reverse. This is a very special card to me when it shows up in reverse. This card tells me that there is somebody who has already crossed over into spirit realm, who was somebody who had a position of authority of some kind in your life. This could be a previous significant other or partner. Could be a father, grandfather, uncle, mentor, professor, teacher. Somebody who was male, who had a position of authority in your life, is showing up in your reading to let you know that they are still interested in how you're doing and looking out for you. And they are letting you know that they are proud of how seriously you have taken the things that they impressed upon you while they were here. They see you still walking in that path that they were hoping to teach you about and show you. And that makes them feel satisfied in the time that they spent with you, that it was, that it was time well spent. And they're proud of you. Okay, let's look at Sunday. Here what we have is the struggle card. This is coming across to me as a particular type of struggle, and this is a struggle in communication with somebody in your life, Pisces. There's somebody that you're trying to talk to, you're trying to get ideas across to, you're trying to help them understand where you stand. I think that this person is throwing your words back at you, but not understanding what you're trying to say. And I also get the sense, Pisces, that this person is intentionally not understanding what you're trying to say. They don't want to. Because if they understood what you were trying to say, then they might have to admit that their side of the argument or debate is not as valid as they like to think that it is. And they would have to actually admit that you had some good points. And this person has enough ego going on that they would rather not do that. So you get to take that information and do whatever you want with it, but there it is, Pisces. Everybody have a fantastic week. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you here this week for readings, and the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video.